AITA I refused to share diet with my pregnant wife. I, 27 am a nutritionist and fitness trainer. My wife, 23F, is a SAHW. She's now 5 months pregnant. My mom came to our home to help my wife out as she's having a difficult pregnancy. She's being made to eat only green leafy vegetables. Other veggies, rice, Indian flatbread, lentils and curd. My mom makes bland food for her since she's unable to keep anything down. My mom is also very strict about her not eating too much oil, sweets, junk, etc. I make separate food containing meat, eggs, milk, spices, etc. for myself and my mom. I and my mom do the household chores since my wife is unable to do anything due to severe nausea, bloating, acidity, etc. My wife has started to feel bad because she's stuck eating bland food while we eat spiced food containing meat. I tried consoling her by telling her that it's just for 4 more months, but she said since she is likely to have a C-section, she'll not be allowed to have anything but bland food for 2 months at least. My mom said she'll have to eat it for longer than that, as eating spicy and non-vegetarian food is bad for nursing women. My wife then told me she wants me to give her company by eating the same food as her. I refused because I prefer animal protein over plant protein. I however told her that I'd stop eating junk foods, sweets, etc. She is now mad at me and is saying that I'm selfish for not even sacrificing my current food habits for her. AITA? Info. Who told her she has to eat this diet? You or her doctor? I have had C-sections and did not have to eat bland food after them. My mom said she'll have to eat it for longer than that, as eating spicy and non-vegetarian food is bad for nursing women. Probably best to stop taking nonsense advice from your mom. YTA. YTA. Largely because it seems like sentences like, non-vegetarian food is bad for nursing women, is not based on fact. Surely there's a compromise between not eating all the spicy yet still being able to eat a balanced diet with meat, etc. Pregnant women don't have to go vegan. I don't think you necessarily need to have the same diet as your wife, BTW. But surely there's better compromises than what's going on here. Get her doctor's advice and let your wife decide based on that. It sounds like you're letting your mom be very overly controlling here. Yes, YTA, and so is your mother. Dictating what she can and cannot eat is close to abuse. Unless told by an actual medical professional. She can eat what she wants. Stop treating her like an incubator. She's her own person, not just a vessel for your unborn child. I feel so bad for your wife. She's on her own. YTA. She is your wife, not your mother's other child. Let her eat what she wants. FFS. I pray your mom doesn't try to control everything once the baby is born. What? Your mom is telling your wife what she can and can't eat. YTA. And this is fucked up. Info. I am sorry, I am just confused. Is she eating like this because of medical problems, or is it a cultural thing? In your post and comments I feel like they are somewhat blended, and that's not okay. Find out what is medically responsible, and for God's sake please seek out a midwife who is not a direct family member. This dietary restrictions placed upon your wife are extreme, and I feel so bad for her. The hormones that are causing your wife to feel this way usually leave the body in or around the 2nd trimester. What am I doing here? You are a trained professional, you should know all this. YTA. YTA. I had severe morning sickness with my second, and I was still able to eat whatever I wanted. when I could keep it down. I also was able to eat whatever I wanted after both C-sections and while breastfeeding. YTA. You and your mom. You say your mom is a midwife. But I'm really questioning her advice. Have your wife go see her actual doctor. Let her eat what she wants and join her in solidarity. YTA. And so is your mom. Your wife is struggling and hates her food, but instead of at least when you're with her eating the same you are cooking stuff she would like and eating it in front of her. That's nasty. Also, not sure what business does your mom have in telling your adult wife what she can or can't do or eat. YTA. And a phony nutritionist if you believe all that crap you wrote. She's fine with spice and meat. Even when pregnant. She needs medical advice. Not some mumbo-jumbo you have made up. Signed. Someone with actual qualifications. YTA. Do you know how much energy is required to grow a human being inside of your body? No? Well, I'll tell you. It's a lot. She's going to need as much protein, carbs, and healthy fats as she can get. Especially if she was small to begin with. I doubt she's getting enough calories with all of these cultural, not medical, restrictions you and your mother are placing on her diet. It also takes a lot of energy to breastfeed. And even with a full balanced, healthy diet, including meat proteins and healthy fats, many women have a hard time producing enough milk. So I can't imagine how your wife is going to get through it on why eating leafy greens, because that's what you and your mom want her to do. How are you and your mom gonna tell a grown woman what she can and cannot eat? She should be eating meat as well. You need the extra protein and fats. Also, how you gonna eat good stuff in front of a pregnant woman and tell her she can't have any? YTA. She isn't property. She's a damn human being. Let her eat what she wants. You are absolutely the A, and so is your mom. Let her eat what she wants, you misogynistic throwback. YTA. You and your mother are extremely controlling and in that cold and selfish. It is acutely unhealthy to eat an extremely condensed diet while pregnant, and it's important to have a diversified diet. YTA. You and your mom sound downright evil and controlling. Does your mom think this is her baby as well and the vessel should eat well to take care of her baby? Ridiculous. I saw in a comment you made that you said your mom was a midwife. Put emphasis on the was part because it doesn't sound like she is any longer. Your mother isn't qualified to give outdated medical advice. And it seems downright heartless and cruel the way you two are feeding her. And your mother telling her she has to eat like this the rest of her life basically. You sound like a clueless mother's boy who is just bobbleheading and not even thinking of contacting your wife's doctor for advice. Or even Googling some recipes of tasty things your wife can eat. She sounds like she might as well be in jail. You're so worried that she'll gain weight. It doesn't sound like the spices are a problem if she can't eat sweet or junk food either. If this is her first pregnancy, I feel bad. The throwing up part already sucks, and she can't have comfort food because of you and your mom. Edit. I am amazed someone gave me gold for this. Thank you so much. YTA. Whose idiotic idea was the diet your wife is on? Whilst there are certain foods such as deli meats and soft cheeses that pregnant women should avoid. But other than that, a pregnant woman can eat pretty much anything that anyone else eats. And eating spicy foods and non-vegetarian foods is not bad for nursing women. I am 8 months pregnant, and I can tell you that if my husband or anyone else apart from my doctor tried to tell me what I can and cannot eat, they would regret it for a very long time. Non-vegetarian food is bad for nursing moms? Since when? Why can't she have sweets? Do they make her nauseated? YTA. Your mom is also ta. I and my mom do the household chores since my wife is unable to do anything due to severe nausea, bloating, acidity, etc. First off, this has nothing to do with your question and shouldn't even be in this post. You are using it to make yourself look good. Secondly, none of these would cause a pregnant woman to not be able to do chores. I agree with the previous comment. C-sec and breastfeeding doesn't control women eating meat and spicy food. I've also never heard of a complication that would need a woman not to eat meat or spicy food. Now I have heard of a diet low in salt, fat, controlled carbs, or fluid restrictions. In order for you to change my opinion, you need to state what medical problem she has that her OB is making her adjust to this diet. As it sits now, it's your mother and you that is. You are not her doctor. Let the women eat. From a medical standpoint, bland foods typically great for patients that have severe nausea and vomiting. But we also suggest to our patients that if you're craving something, eat it. Let the women eat what she wants when she wants. You're being controlling. YTA. This isn't your mother's child. Your mother is controlling mother-in-law and you're her enabler. Seriously, if your mother wants to control your wife's pregnancy and post-pregnancy life so much, then she should get pregnant. Your wife can eat whatever she wants while and after her pregnancy. You nor your mother can dictate her on what she wants to consume, unless as drugs and alcohol. Get a life. And ask your mom to as well. You've said above that your wife isn't the surrogate. Well, it's time you stop treating her like one. Your mother being a midwife doesn't mean your wife cannot enjoy her pregnancy or her child. I can already tell that your mother will take over and control your wife's parenting when the child is born. And honestly, you sound like a man with no backbone who's most likely a mama's boy. So you're clearly not gonna stop her. If you want to have a good relationship with your wife, then you better start treating her like a human and less like a baby-making machine that only exists to make and raise your child. You and your mom are both YTA. 1. Pregnant women get to decide what they want to eat and how much. They need to follow the clues their body gives them as to what the fetus needs at any given moment. 2. You not being willing to eat the same diet that you are forcing on your wife is a selfish move. 3. Your mother doesn't have any say in any of this. See point number 1.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicuricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.